As far back as I can remember, I've always been a highly charged guy, actually. I have come to accept lust or my horniness as a way of life for me, really. I was even at a point where I would allocate budget so that I could explore this side of me. And I also had a girlfriend back then that would let me explore all my fantasies. You know, I had no idea there was a solution for this. Now, post my breakup with my girl back then, I was into self improvement. And then one day, in the summer of 2018, I read an article that would change my life forever. This article talked about a group of men that were known as MGTOW. This men, they were like focused on going their own way so that they can improve their lives. As I continued to research more further, I came to a page where they were talking about this thing called NoFap, sin retention, and celibacy. I said, okay, let me try this. 2 weeks into this practice, I began to experience energy like I've never experienced before. And then 3 months later, I went into what we call flatline, where I lost my libido for a little while. Now, after I regained my libido, what was interesting was that I was only aroused by a female that I found very attractive. I wasn't like before, where I was ready to go. Yeah. Now I continued to practice this practice, and then a couple years into this practice, during my ascension, for the whole year, I lost my libido. I even lost interest for sex. This freaked me out so much, but I had no idea the significance of what I'd done or what God has done for me. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Eagle. Guys, today I want to talk about something so important. If you manage to clean yourself of this frequency, really, you have no idea how powerful you're about to become. Seriously speaking, let me start with what happens if you don't clean yourself of this lust frequency. The first one, guys, lust. It's very expensive. Seriously. I was at a point in my life during my last few years where I didn't mind writing a check. I would explore lands that's far away from me so that I could explore this side of me. I even had my favorite countries that I would go to explore this: Brazil, Colombia, and Kenya. I'd explore. I did absolutely. but it was very expensive. Second, what happens if you don't clean yourself off lust frequency? Guys, women will disrespect you. In fact, you're gonna be a prey to Jezebel all your life. Seriously. And let me not even mention the amount of disrespect you're gonna get from females. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, no matter what you do, guys, if you operate within this frequency, you're gonna be less than you are. In this matrix, you're gonna be considered what we call a beta male. Let me tell you something. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. You see, the thing about a Jezebel is like, when you see a Jezebel first, she'll try to entice you. And then if you fall into that trap, she will disrespect you immediately. You could even be a president, a king, no matter what you are. I mean, this story of Jeffrey Epstein, this is a story of lust and powerful men that are disrespected by these girls, really. One of the victims was saying that the Prince of UK is like sweating, like, and it stank so badly. This is what she was saying. Do you see what I'm saying? Our whole prince getting disrespected. And this other time, I was watching this thing with Harvey Weinstein, and one of these actress ladies that was accusing him said that. I said to Harvey Weinstein, "You've been a naughty little boy." That is the president of a whole studio in Hollywood. Do you see that now? His lust got him so disrespected by females. But let me tell you something. There's a way to clean yourself of this frequency if you're willing to take this journey, guys. Seriously speaking. Now, lust frequency is one of the most strongest frequency that has a hold on pretty much everyone, no matter who you are. But if you don't clean yourself of this frequency, guys, let me tell you something. There's no chosen, there's no empire, there's nothing. Because this frequency will destroy everything that you built. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get down to the points. What is the best way to begin to clean yourself of this lustful frequency? Guys, the first one is, like I mentioned, sin retention, celibacy, and monk mode for a period of time. Now, why is this important? This is important so that you can restart and reprogram yourself into a different frequency. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I began this journey of sin retention, for the first 3 months, I was so energized by all this energy that's in me. But then I went into a point of flatline. When I think about what has happened there, was like my energy was like rising from the bottom of my spine all the way up, and then hit a flat line, That is, when those systems of chakras are rearranging and healing themselves. And over the years, as you do, I will fall off, get back on, go on a streak, and then came one of the biggest moments, which was I flatlined again, but this time was for the whole year. It's like I lost all interest for sex. I lost even a love for women at that stage. I became like a priest man. I became like an 80-year-old man. But what was happening there was so significant. When I was in this state, I would flick to women that I used to like. Yeah, and guess what? I didn't see it. I didn't look at them or see them the same way. Why? Because I have cleared myself of that frequency using celibacy for a little while. Now, the second method that has helped me to get rid of this disgusting frequency was to go and explore my deepest fantasies. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for everyone. I recommend this for you chosen ones that fully know themselves, yourselves, and are disciplined. In fact, I would not advise this point to 90% of men out there. Because the thing about lust is like, once you open that door and you're not disciplined and you don't know who you are, this thing can take you. You're gonna fall into a pit that has no bottom and you're not able to dig yourself out. Seriously speaking. But if you're a disciplined person, you know who you are. I suggest you can try this method also. Now, in the year 2019, this is where I had gone and explored this side of me globally, really. I'd allocated a couple months in each countries so that I can mingle with opposite sex. Now, you passport bros know what I'm talking about exactly. Brazil, Thailand, Kenya, Colombia, Costa Rica. All right. And then after I did all that, I'll go to a point where I said, what the hell is all this about? I did all this, but then at the end of the day, I was still empty. That was my confirmation that that frequency is the frequency I don't want to roll with anymore. In fact, that was one of the significant things that helped me kick my lustful frequency. Don't get me wrong, I still get horny, I still get attracted. But the difference now, guys, is that I'm not blind. You know what I mean? Because one of the things lust frequency will do to you also is make you blind so that you can't see. No matter how the woman behaves, no matter how she treats you, if you live at a lust frequency, you're not able to say to her, get the fuck out. Seriously, I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. All right, moving on to the next point. How do you deal with this lust frequency, guys? Now, this point is an important point. Also, this point is a deep point. That's why I left it at last. This is about facing the issues that make you want to do those things in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Now, This guy, psychologist Carl Jung, talks about this issue so well and so deeply. Actually, when I was doing the research on this and I heard him speak, I said, wow, this man, he go to the bottom of the people's sexual problems, really. He goes on to say, the way you grew up, the way you are with your family will determine the kind of people or the kind of relationships that you attract in your life. Now, if you happen to be attracting toxic people in your life always, that means there's something in you that is magnetic to that energy. Now, the only way around this, guys, is to face that issue. The only way around this is to face that problem, is to heal and release that frequency so that you can begin to build your frequency and attract the kind of people that you want in your life, minus the lust. Lust and love are completely different things. You know what I mean? When you remove lust out of your life, let me tell you something, the world also will respond to you accordingly. Okay, take care, bye-bye.